everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Sharon and this is a channel that is dedicated to all things related to narcissism. I've been married to a covert narcissist for almost 20 years. I'm separated from him now, and what I do with this channel is I use my real life experiences to get information out there to people about what narcissism really is, what it looks like, what it does to you, and what it does to your family. In today's video, I'm going to talk about 3 traits of the covert narcissist. So when you are with a narcissist, you are with somebody that's extremely predictable. Narcissists like to believe that they're special and unique. You know, they're one of a kind. They are God's gift to the world. But the reality is that narcissists are carbon copies of each other. The only difference is going to be in what type of narcissist you are with. So if you are with a covert narcissist, they're all the same. They do the same things. They're extremely predictable. That's the same if you are with an overt narcissist. And I know there are other subcategories as well. Whatever subcategory you are familiar with, they're all the same. I was actually talking to somebody over Instagram the other day, and she was telling me that she had gone to a support group for people who are victims of narcissists, and she said it sounded like they had all been with the same person. That is typical. You know, narcissism is a mental illness. These people are possessed by evil and it affects the way that they act. So just like any other illness, you know, the symptoms are going to be the same. So in this video, I'm going to talk about 3 symptoms that are unique to a covert narcissist, 3 behaviors that are predictable to them all. The first one is the narcissistic stare. So if you are with a narcissist, you will have seen this stare, or you will see this stare at some point. Narcissists spend all their time trying to hide who they really are. You know, it's ironic in one way. They believe that they're so special and amazing, but they don't want you to know the truth about who they really are. They keep that hidden to the best extent of their ability, but they can't always do it. So if a narcissist gets angry, they will stare at you. And this is not, you know, a daydream type of stare or somebody who's just, you know, in a trance for a minute or thinking about something else. This is a predatory stare. This is, you know, if you've ever seen an animal documentary and you'll see a lion hiding in the weeds and they're, you know, staring at an antelope or something, and they have this cold predatory stare. That's exactly what it is. If you see it, you will not mistake it for anything else. You are looking at the face of evil. You are seeing who the narcissist truly is. A narcissist does not have a soul. They are truly evil people. I made a video last week on the Jezebel spirit. So if you haven't seen that, check that video out, because that's going to really tell you about the true demonic influence that a narcissist is under. They are not human anymore. They have been taken over. And when they look at you without their mask on, you are seeing the face of evil. When I've seen this stare a couple of times, and each time I've seen it, my blood ran cold. I knew I was in the presence of something really bad. You're not going to mistake it. It is unbelievably scary. You are looking at an insane person, somebody without a conscience. You can feel it. It becomes a part of you. You know something really bad is in front of you. Now, they're going to try to hide it as quickly as possible, but when you see it, you will not forget it. I recently saw a video of Ted Bundy being interviewed by somebody shortly before he was executed. And the interviewer asked, so Ted Bundy during the video, he was trying to act, you know, very apologetic and, you know, that he was this meek person. He was hoping to get his execution stayed. So he was on his best behavior. But the interviewer asked him about his last victim, who was a 12-year-old girl. And when the interviewer asked him, Ted Bundy looked down, he stammered for a minute, and he looked up, and you could see that look in his eyes. It was cold. It was cruel. He was angry. Now, it only lasted for a brief moment, but it was there. That's the narcissistic stare. If you see that, don't let it go. It's going to be over quick, but if you see it, that is trouble. You are in the presence of somebody who is dangerous. The second one is magical thinking. Narcissists never worry about the negative effects of their behavior. They don't have a conscience, so they don't think about those things. They will do whatever they want to do, and they believe that somehow they won't fall victim to a consequence. It's a form of a delusion. Now, it can run the gamut from a superstitious belief such as, well, if I wear my lucky shirt to the job interview, I'll definitely get the job. But it can go all the way up to, if I drive drunk in the car with my kids, I'm not going to get in an accident. After all, I'm special. I'm better than everybody else. Unlike everybody else, I can drive drunk and it's not a problem. They can become very dangerous. They will do whatever they want, because for a narcissist, there's no tomorrow. They don't think about tomorrow. So they'll go and they'll charge up credit cards. They don't care. They're not thinking about the bill. They only think about today. They're not human anymore. Nobody's born a narcissist, but once somebody becomes a narcissist, which happens when they're very young, so they're still toddlers, they are now a warped person. They're not human anymore. They've been taken over by evil, and that rules them all the time. So they don't care about their kids' future. They don't care about paying the mortgage. They believe that somehow, magically, everything's going to be taken care of. And when eventually their lies fall down on them, well, it's somebody else's fault. It's a delusion. They carry that delusion all the time. I mean, in essence, they have delusions of grandeur. They are better than everybody else. Rules don't apply to the narcissist. Now, the last one is how they treat people who are in customer service positions. I actually saw a video the other day by Dr. Ramani. If anyone hasn't seen her videos, I highly recommend her. I will give more information in the description of who she is, just in case you haven't seen her. She had a video about this the other day, and it struck me. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is something my husband does. So I'm sure other people will be able to recognize this. Narcissists believe that they're better than everybody else, and something they enjoy doing is treating people in customer service positions poorly, because they can act superior, and oftentimes they're rewarded for it, which is a real problem. My husband loves to do this, or he loved to do this. We're not together anymore, so I don't know if he still does this, but what he would do is, and he would get the whole family involved. He wanted everybody to watch him do this. And at the time, I was heavy in my codependence. So I would listen to him and I would laugh how he wanted me to laugh. And the thing is, I never even thought it was funny, but I knew it would please him to laugh. And this is what happens when you're codependent. He would call a customer service for whatever reason, and he would start harassing the person on the phone. He would be cruel to them. He would make fun, if he was speaking to somebody that had an Indian accent, he would make fun of them. He was extremely cruel. And oftentimes he would get his way. He would get a discount on something, or he would get an apology for something. He was ruthless. He was very cruel. Now, he never did this type of thing in person. He wouldn't go to a store and do this. He always did it on the phone, where he could be anonymous, where he didn't have to actually look at the person. He didn't think of the other person as a person. They were a plaything, a toy, something for him to laugh at and get his family to support him and think he was amazing. That's something a narcissist does. They consider themselves better than everybody, but they're not able to do this. I mean, some narcissists can do this right to other people's faces. That's more of an overt narcissist. A covert narcissist is a wimp at heart. So they have to hide behind the veil of a computer or the veil of a telephone. That's what they do. So these are 3 things that a covert narcissist does. 3 tells, 3 things that give them away. So please let me know in the comments if you can relate to any of these things. I think that it's interesting to read about narcissists and learn about them. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm very grateful for everybody who watches this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So if all goes well, I will see you on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend.